Okay, so today I need to finish your fourth lesson, so that's why I want to do this, right? So first of all, let's see what are the things that we have to do. Actually, we have to classify this mass media. Now we are doing the mass media point, right? So we have to see the classification of mass media. After that, we have to see this new media and social media features, right? And yeah, features in a detailed way. And after that, we have the thing to do. That means about the social media, we have to find some examples. Then we have the good and adverse effects of social media, right? That means good effects are there. When we are using this social media, we have to face both of those 2 points. And after that, you have some skills, right? Nowadays you are using the new media, you are using the social media, so no matter you are having the basic skills of this media usage. So I'm not requesting you to do all the things in the last point, because nowadays you know the thing, right? So write down this. First of all, classification of mass media. Write it quickly. I'm giving the time, right? So then you can write it when I'm telling, okay? Classification of mass media, right? So in here, what you have to do is you have to see these points. Now when we think about this lesson, fourth lesson, right, you have to learn about the media, different media, no? So I'll revise all the things that we have learned so far. So in the fourth lesson, we have to talk about the media, right? First of all, we discussed about traditional media. I hope you can remember, we discussed so many examples, right? So I hope it's clear for you about this traditional media, right? So what was there, right? There was different medias, different traditional media methods, right? And also we learned about the characteristics in this media, right? So like that way, there were so many things to learn under traditional media, right? So after that, we had mass media, right? Still we are doing the mass media point, right? So in mass media, we discussed about the characteristics, and also now we have to talk about the examples, right? So then you have new media and social media. When we think about traditional media, that means that represent the media that we used in the past society, with the people who live in the past society, right? So they used different sound patterns, different things from the environment to do this communication process, right? Not like us, they use that kind of rural methods and simple easy methods to do those things, right? So under that point, we discussed about different characteristics in the traditional media. I hope you can remember there was simple structure, right? So when you think about traditional media, that was very simple structure. There is a very simple trick in there, right? Simple structure is there. So what you have to do is, when you are studying those things, remember one or at least one example, okay? In this media subject, what you have to do is read the point and understand it. After that, find a suitable or relevant example to prove that point, okay? So that's the thing, right? So because this is comes with the society, that means this subject is coming with the people, right? So we are talking about the problems in the people. So like that way, we need to know about them, their problems, right? So this communication is a huge problem, right? That means if we don't know how to communicate, so what will happen, right? So in there also this traditional media was used to do this communication function. Okay, so the simple structure is there, and thematic content, it depends with the theme, right? We discussed so many examples, right? So when we think about different communication situations, they are doing that one because of this theme, right? So this traditional media comes with this thematic content. Then flexibility, it is flexible, right? We can use for different purposes. And when we think about a place, there's no any particular place, right? If there is one place, just imagine the paddy field, so we can put that to each and every occasion. So it is flexible, we can use to different purposes, right? So that is flexible. Then cultural context, most of the time, not like today, that traditional communication, traditional media comes with their culture, cultural values, cultural those kind of beliefs, right? So you can understand those things. Two examples, right? So different things like folk dramas, right? Those nadagam and those kind of thing, right? And you have minimum cost, right? When we think about traditional communication process, they have used simple things, maybe from the environment, right? So this cost is very minimum, right? It is minimized due to this use, right? So these are the things that you have to remember as the traditional media characteristics. So first one, simple structure, then you have thematic content, flexibility, cultural context, and minimum cost. Okay, I hope that is clear for you. Then we discussed about traditional media methods, right? In there we discussed about folk songs and folk poetry, folk tales, right? And their characteristics also. Then folk rites and rituals, finally folk drama. So in folk drama you had 3 points, 3 different folk dramas: kolam, sokari, and puppetry. So in there what you have to do, I have sent you some videos, you have to watch them. Otherwise you have the freedom to search on them, right? Search them, watch them, and feel them, how they are using the communication to present their thoughts. Okay, so that is traditional media. After that we discussed about how this traditional communication is important for us, right? Different occasions are there, different things are there, we have to talk about them. Providing knowledge and education, we use that one, and can be used to generate instructional messages, right? Being able to exchange cultural elements, right? After that, expression of sentiments, then we can get an entertainment, right? And also critically discussing adverse social developments. You have examples, police column and Arachi column, right? So like that way you have to see the content, see the point, see the fact, and also the suitable examples. Okay, so that is it. Then we discussed about mass media, right? A definition was there, and also features. When we think about mass media, different features are there, right? Use of technology, and that is institutionalized, and also we can say involvement of professional communicators, right? And also diverse and large audience, and delayed feedback. So like that way there are so many characteristics you should know in this mass media. After that, as the final point, we discussed about the functions of mass media, right? So in there we categorize those things into 3 parts, right? First one, surveillance, that means functions provided by the Many Voices One World document by UNESCO. So in there we discussed about the surveillance, interpretation, correlation, and socialization. After that, when we think about Harold D. Laswell's one, surveillance, distribution of news around the world, and also the ability to shape thinking and ideas of the audience. Then as the third point, we discussed about Wilbur Strom's functions. So there was 3: the role of guardian, the role of forum for discussion, and also the role of a teacher. So you need to remember those things separately, right? Because in the examination they are targeting these things. They are directly asking, mention the functions of mass media stated by Professor Wilbur Strom. So you need to remember what are they, right? So that is a thing that you should know, right? After that, now what you have to do is you have to write this classification of mass media, right? So in here I'll send you a PDF to the group, right? So you can watch them, you can refer them, you can read them, right? After that, find information to prove these facts, right? I'll give you five things related to this classification of mass media. Okay, so what are those things? First one, you should know about newspapers. You have to find about newspapers. Then about books. Okay, then about books. After that, about magazines. Okay, magazines. Then about radio. Then television. After that, cinema. Okay, you have 1 2 3 4 5 6 points are there, right? So in here what you have to do is, right, first thing, there must be a definition, right? Definition means what? Definition means, now when we think about newspaper, what do you mean by newspaper, right? It consists with daily news, right? You can construct one, right? Definition must be there. After that, examples must be there. Okay, examples must be there. After that, main characteristics, right? So when you think about newspapers and books, you can compare also. In books, pages are attached as one book, one PDF, one thing. But in newspapers, there's no any attachment, right? You can state those things as characteristics, no problem. Okay, so this is the work. Quickly do it and send it to me. Okay, I'm waiting for that. Point wise write it. Okay, first put newspapers, after that write a definition and examples and main characteristics.